up, Gucci gamers? Oh fuck, I'm lit up now. Wait, hold up. The blowfish is all you need to know, Cap. The blowfish is gonna narrate this shit. Welcome back to JAMSports Podcast. It's a podcast, that's for sure. Welcome.
It's one of the podcasts of all time.
It's one of the bad guys of all time. Anyway, to start this out, we're gonna be going over the NFL trade deadline, which ended yesterday at 4 p.m. So, whoever's writing this shit on the dock, I will kill you. So, let's talk about the trade deadline, alright?
I'm just writing news.
No, not you. I think that was Dalton. I think that was Dalton. Dalton, fuck you. So we're gonna go over some of the trade deadlines, some news that happened this morning. Make some jokes about it. The Raiders. And
first, let's do chronological order.
No. Of course. I'm going I just wanted to say I'm gonna make fun of them when it gets to it. Let's start with Chase Young to the Niners, man. You know, I've been talking the utmost shit about this guy.
That was so fucking funny.
for the past. So you guys you can't see my group chat with Dalton, May, Jack, and I. But May, the Patriots fan, was like, "What if we got Chase Young and added this elite defensive line?" And I'm like, "Nah, he's shit. He's a bust. He's ass." And
10 minutes later.
And then 10 minutes later, not even 10, it was more like 5.
It was 11 from message to message.
It was. I got the notification. It said 5 minutes ago, and then I was like, shit, because I was in art class at the time. It says Chase Young traded to the Niners for a 3rd-round pick. All right, I have not even just this. I have thought he's a bust ever since he entered the NFL. He's doing well this season. Was not giving credit for that. But up until this point, I get he was injured for a year, but he has been ass cheeks. For someone who was graded as better than Nick Bosa coming into the NFL, he has definitely not shown it. And, I've been talking shit about it for the past 3 years. And then we just trade for him. Like, what? This is just karma coming back and hitting me. And watch him have a better season than Nick Bosa this year, I'm going to die. Jack, why don't you speak on it? Because you're not a quality Chase Young hater. I want to hear what you have to say about it. Dalton, you too.
So, I don't love Chase Young. I mean, obviously the Giants won the Andrew Thomas Bowl, as it were.
You're a Giants fan, of course.
That was the whole thing.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, as a player. But he is, this year, he has kind of shown the talent that you would think he'd have shown by now. He's having a really good year. And as I told you, that's the kind of pick that the Niners would have used on a kicker anyway, right? It is literally the comp pick that they got for D'Amico and I forget his name, but the GM that got hired by other teams.
5 sacks.
Oh, the Titans GM, right? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But it's the pick that they got for coaching hires, not even for anything related to players. Mm-hmm. So you're getting Chase Young for free. Yeah. And if you don't extend him, the upside is he's young enough that some team's going to pay him enough that you're probably getting at least a 4th-round comp pick back. Mm-hmm. Right? So your comp pick's going down 1 round. This is a pick that you got out of thin air because of coaching hires, and you're turning it into a rental of a very good edge rusher for a potential deep playoff run. Yeah. It's a good move all around.
Yeah, I mean, his issues in the past were that he simply couldn't stay on the field, and when he was on the field, he just showed that he wasn't there yet. But the version of him you're getting now is both playable and will be good. There's nothing wrong with this trade that I can do.
My understanding of Chase Young in college was that he just used his athleticism to get past defenders, and he wasn't Nick Bosa where... hold on. Give me a second. Nick Bosa is very athletic, but Nick Bosa has very amazing technique, and he's shown that in college and the NFL. And to my knowledge, Chase Young was, according to analysts, not TV analysts, but people that actually study actual film and don't just
my dreams
stick their finger up their ass. But he didn't really use he didn't have a signature move. He didn't really counter plays. He just ran past people, and that's my whole that's what I knew about Chase Young. Apparently, he has 5 sacks this year, which is good, so I'll take it. But I'm gonna get water. I'll be listening.
I would say it was more so that for the college level, his technique was passable. He was able to get by with what it was at the college level.
The biggest thing was in the draft process, nobody knew how good his pass rush moves actually were because he was such a freakishly talented athlete that he didn't have to be like a super technical pass rusher, where Bosa's a good athlete, right? But he was able to show off those pass rush moves and his very advanced like pass rushing ability because he couldn't just run around and through guys.
Yeah.
Chase Young is one of those college edge rushers where so freakishly talented, and he showed very good pass rush moves at times, right? Like if he didn't, he wouldn't have been the second overall pick.
Yeah.
But you didn't know how good he actually would be in the NFL because of how he was able to get by on athletic ability alone in college, which you can't do in the NFL, even if you're Chase Young level talented. But what he's shown, and he showed it early on, it's just then he was hurt or playing hurt, was that he actually was pretty advanced as a pass rusher. Like his first game, he had a very good showing in the NFL, right? And he's, when fully healthy, been good since.
Gotcha.
He's not like a Trayvon Walker where he's just an athletic specimen that's raw. Obviously, Trayvon went number 1, but nobody understood that. Chase Young was like actually a consensus top guy.
Who didn't go first in that draft? Who the fuck?
Aiden Hutchinson. He was the guy that probably...
No, 2020.
You mean the Chase Young draft?
Yeah.
Oh. That was Burrow.
Oh, was it fucking... Oh, that makes sense then. Okay. I was gonna say, I swear if Burrow wasn't in that draft, he would have probably went number 1. Am I correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always the argument for best QB is almost always going to go first overall.
Yeah.
Just because of the value of a QB.
Yeah.
But... yeah, I mean, Chase Young was the top guy on the board at any position, like number 1 on a big board. It's just, Burrow clearly was well worth the pick, and QB is so valuable that that's the pick 10 times out of 10.
That's shiesty for you. We'll get the shiesty later on.
Honestly, if there was a QB, if there was another QB in that draft, they probably would have gone with him instead.
There was Herbert, but like Herbert wasn't like known as Herbert before.
Herbert dropped off in the draft process just a little bit.
Yeah.
Herbert was pretty well liked though, and he was for a couple of years.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't like
had their eye on the entire previous year. Daniel Jones was their second guy because then Herbert stayed in school for another year.
And you drafted Andrew Thomas?
Yeah, because they picked Jones the year before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the year. Tua.
They liked Jones.
Tua. But, like, Tua was injured. Tua was injured at, like, damn near his last year. So, like, it doesn't...
Yeah. And he was never considered to have, like, elite arm talent.
No, but I feel like he would have gone number 1 if he... Like,
Herbert was well-liked enough. The problem was that Oregon offense was so poorly run that there were a lot more unknowns with him.
Yeah.
Like, you knew that he had this freakish athletic ability, and he showed being a good quarterback at times, but you just didn't know exactly what you were getting with him. And he clearly turned out to be everything the Chargers had hoped.
Wait a minute. Was this the draft before we traded away all of our fucking first-rounders?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. Yeah, we got Ayuk at 20. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next player. Would you say he's better than Chase Young? Montez Sweat,
No.
I believe, to the Bears.
Absolutely
the Bears, right?
not.
He's going to the Bears. Yeah.
The upside with Montez Sweat is that he's stayed healthy generally. And he's a better run defender than Chase Young. That's where the positives end between them.
Jack, I would like you to say what you said yesterday in the chat about Trayvon Walker and run defense.
Oh, I have to go find it, but
Jack
the gist is just that...
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
Jack basically said, right, Montez Sweat is really good at run defense. They're pretty good at run defense. And he's like, Trayvon Walker was drafted because of his, like, you don't really know. But he's good at run defense. And then he said that Jags fans called Trayvon Walker the Derrick Henry stopper, and then he's like a hell of a first overall pick for 2 games. Or something along that. Jack, I'm shit this one. Jack, explain it.
No, it was something like that. It's just that the value just isn't there for a guy where, like, even the like PFF type guys, right? The analysts that are generally usually pretty objective and generally pretty data driven in a way where they shouldn't be like this, are justifying an absurd trade by the Bills by citing his like edge setting and run defense as an edge rusher. And acknowledging that he's a slightly above average pass rusher, that now they've like unleveraged their way into paying at least $25 million a year or losing him in free agency. And when you're giving up a second round pick, which is going to be in the top of the round because you suck ass in a lost season, this is the second year in a row that they've done this shit.
Cheers!
Except this time, Sweat holds all of the leverage in their soon-to-be contract negotiations.
Yeah, like before it was just a shit player. This time, it's an actual NFL caliber player. Like he's a good player. I don't think he's anywhere near worth this necessarily. But now you've locked yourself into either losing him or paying him out the ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I mean a D end who in his mid-20s, he's going to look for 4 to 5 years, probably in the hundreds.
At least 25 mil is the baseline.
Yeah.
Like the Rashawn Gary contract is the baseline. Okay, you do cringe. I mean, keep in mind that markets go up, right?
No, I know that, but like that's a lot. Like,
but Montez Sweat is like solidly in the above average tier of just like pass rushing ability.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know why the Bears keep backing themselves into corners that they are obviously going to lose in. But they've done it for a second year in a row. And I don't see the outcomes of their games improving from this trade.
Yeah.
They do this shit, and then they refuse to keep their homegrown talent. Like they were shopping Jalen Johnson because they didn't want to pay him. But now they want to throw money at an okay edge rusher in Montez Sweat?
Yeah. Which I was hoping to get Jalen Johnson, I'm going to be honest with.
A lot of people were, but they weren't budging from an asking price of a second-round pick.
Yeah,
and sane teams wouldn't give up a second-round pick for that.
Yeah.
Bears, not a sane team.
I mean, it was a good gamble.
Speaking of not a sane
Just
team.
Talk to a poorly run team.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of not a sane team, we have the Seahawks trading
for
Leonard Williams?
A second and a fifth. This is the funniest. Okay. Let me take you back like 4 years. So the Giants in a lost season, similar to the Bears, right?
Yeah.
They were in a lost season. Dave Gettleman, notably a great GM, trades a third and a fifth round pick.
Yeah.
For 25-year-old Leonard Williams, I believe, with like a year and a half left on his contract. But again, it hands him a lot of leverage, right? And so when he ends up getting renewed, I think he was franchise tagged and then signed to a pretty lucrative extension where he got more money than he would have without that leverage. But he was a good player for the Giants for a few years. Now Leonard Williams is like about to turn 30, I think. He's making a ton of money. He's on an expiring contract. Obviously, the Seahawks aren't paying him that money, but it's not like you're trading for a guy on his rookie deal with time left on it. You're trading for a 30-year-old defensive tackle, and you're giving up more than the Giants initially gave up in acquiring a much better at the time player than the Seahawks are getting now.
Yeah.
And that's absurd to me in so many ways. Like the fact that on paper, the return for Leonard Williams is more than the return for Montez Sweat would have been crazy if the return for Montez Sweat was normal. But the return for Montez Sweat was crazy. And the return for Leonard Williams is even crazier to me. I don't know. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, well, this is going to hurt Dexter Lawrence, or, oh, he was like really good. Generally, like with the way teams approach it, teams worry about Lawrence before they worry about Williams. So if anything, Williams' numbers were inflated. Like Lawrence is going to be the one getting doubled or triple teamed, right? And now Williams is going to be like the guy getting all of those tougher assignments where he already was, pretty good pass rushing defensive tackle in a very favorable situation. he could be good. He also has a tendency to just disappear for weeks at a time, even in seasons where he's good overall.
Okay.
If I'm a Seahawks fan, I'd struggle to find a way to be happy about this deal, but at least they're going for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Schneider should be bonked in the head for this trade. I don't know what in his right mind made him think giving up this much was a good idea.
A couple years ago, they got like Damon Snacks Harrison for like, what was it, a fifth? And he was an aging defensive tackle that was still very good. I don't think the difference between Snacks Harrison then and Leonard Williams now is a second round pick for expiring contracts that you're probably not signing him to an extension.
Yeah.
And if he's signing with someone else, you're not getting a great comp pick back, because who's going to sign a guy on the wrong side of 30 to this huge mega deal?
Very sad.
Oh, Seahawks. I'm sure some way their fans will. I mean, it helps that they actually win games, so.
Moving on, Josh Dobbs to the Vikings. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that comment. Fuck you. Dickhead.
This is just good news, because watching Josh Dobbs has been kind of fun, even if he sucked lately. Now he gets to go from like the Cardinals offense to a bunch of shiny toys, and like even with Jefferson still hurt for a couple weeks, you've got Addison, you've got Osborne, you've got Hawkinson. You've got better blocking than you had in Arizona, like, and a much better offensive scheme, I would argue. Although, I guess it's really hard to tell with how bad the personnel in Arizona is, because they were doing well early. But this is just fun, and this is way better than having to watch Jaron Hall in that offense.
Oh. What's next? Bayard to the Eagles for Edmund, and I think there was a fifth. There was something.
Yeah, there were picks involved, but they weren't significant. Like, I mean, the trade was 4 picks. They were just kind of offloading Edmonds, but the picks weren't like crazy high.
Yeah.
I don't know, Dalton, you want to take this one away? I'm kind of fed up with the Eagles shit.
So I believe, what was it, like Bayard and Edmonds, and I believe a 6th rounder was involved. I would have to fact check myself. Let me do that.
A 5th and a 6th with Edmonds.
And a 6th.
Yes, but a 5th and a 6th for still one of the better safeties in the game.
Oh yeah, like Eagles doing their thing. Like, they've just improved on defense whilst using late round picks that would be pretty much lottery tickets anyways. So, I mean, if you're an Eagles fan, you're probably pretty happy with this trade. And if you're the Titans, you're lamenting so much more already. So, I'd say both sides.
So fucking pissed.
Well, I mean, Eagles obviously come out on top in this, but
this is so stupid.
I'd say pretty fair overall.
That's like calling the A's trade a win-win because the A's were tanking, so they wanted to get the worst return possible.
Well, Alex, would you like to take this next one?
Yeah, I would. McCall Hardman went to the Chiefs because the Chiefs need McCall Hardman to win.
They really don't.
They do.
There's a reason that they didn't give up too much for him. He just wasn't doing anything on the Jets.
And yet, he's back on the Chiefs.
Don't worry, Jack. He's gonna surpass even Travis Kelce in all statistics now.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's gonna beat every single receiving statistic in the New York Giants franchise history. Next one, Rasul Douglas to the Bills. Thoughts?
This one kind of surprised me, but I guess the Packers aren't that good, right? So
yeah, this just really proved to Packers that they are kind of punting on this year. In the past couple of games, it's been pretty brutal for them, and so management decided to make the tough decision to just say that this ain't it. They don't have the team that'll get it done.
Yeah, I'm just confused because they just extended him.
Yeah,
like a season or two ago.
Yep.
Like he still has a couple years on his contract.
Yeah, he was one of their better corners. I mean,
he was very good for them. I mean, obviously Jair Alexander is very good, but he was like, they picked him up off a practice squad, right? And he immediately turned into like a very, very good corner and has still played well. So to trade him for what, like a third?
Yeah, it was a third.
Is an interesting move by the Packers because I feel like he's still 28. I feel like keeping him around isn't the worst idea, but it's a good move for the Bills, I think. Again, this is a team giving up a third for a piece that they need in an effort to make a deep playoff run.
Oh, yeah. Great move by the Bills. Like, they saw a chance. They took it. Now they get probably a number 2 corner to pair with Trey White. Very good for them. Packers, I feel bad for their fans right now.
I don't.
Because they were kind of in denial for a little while that what this season was turning into, and this kind of just puts a stamp on it.
Well, it was such a good start. Like, the offensive coaching was so good early on, and then it just all has crumbled.
Yeah. That first round pick with Love definitely ain't seeming too hot right now.
Yeah. Well, the only other notable trade news I've got is Wes fucking Steinberg, fake Giants beat reporter, is putting up like Randy Moss numbers right now. He put out something saying like the Giants and Niners had a trade worked out for Adoree Jackson, but the Giants forgot to submit it to the league before the deadline or something like that. And that got so much traction. Like, I know, you know, Dalton, we know someone that got Steinberged, if you will. There are so many people online that got Steinberged, including like other Giants reporters, including like national media. I mean, John Lynch was asked on a radio spot about that. Like, John Lynch, general manager of the San Francisco 49ers, was asked about a parody reporter account's tweet. I hate what's happened to Twitter with the way that you could just buy verification, right? Like, that's a very clear sign because he's a legitimate looking account elsewhere because there's no real Wes Steinberg. So he doesn't have like parody in his name or anything. It's so funny. I mean, I've obviously been aware of Steinberg for a long time. Like, I've had notifications on for Steinberg's tweets for a long time because as someone who follows the Giants, it's good content. It's incredible seeing Steinberg go like national.
So like, what the fuck? I didn't get Steinberg. I didn't see the tweet. I don't go on Twitter, but like, Jack just sends me get Steinberg, and I'm like, dog, what the fuck is going on? It's hilarious. And then Cowboys did fuck all. Niners smelled poo poo, and Giant. That's that one.
Why'd you say Niners smelled poo poo?
What?
What's wrong with you?
That's in it's in the doc, guys. Somebody put it in the doc.
It's not.
I have to read it.
Yeah,
out.
What are you talking about?
I'm being gaslit.
It was never there. I think you're crazy.
No. Y'all.
Okay. Well, in non-trade deadline news, the Raiders cleaned house.
God
they fired, obviously, head coach Josh McDaniels, GM Dave Ziegler, and they fired their offensive coordinator as well, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. This was a full-on clean sweep.
And let's go! Garoppolo, who...
Not let's go.
Once he went away from the Niners, suddenly he went from a flawed quarterback with a very good coaching staff and surrounding cast to a flawed quarterback. And people got to see Jimmy G on full display.
Yep. Oh, man.
I'm so angry right now.
Yeah, after Monday, there's no real coming back from that.
I'm so angry.
Yeah. But that's the kind of stuff he's always been doing. He's always had accuracy issues.
Oh, yeah.
Again, like I was telling Alex earlier, like every Niners quarterback since Smith has had like huge accuracy issues. But since the start of the Shanahan era, it hasn't mattered because guys are wide open so often that you like don't care.
Yeah.
And that's a great place to be because you can stick a Garoppolo or a Purdy in there and run the offense very well. Although, that's again why I was so against the record-setting Garoppolo extension at the time. Although $25 million is obviously a bargain nowadays, and was for like at least half of his contract because it was right before the market exploded. So,
yep.
I like Garoppolo.
And what was that?
I like Garoppolo.
I know you did.
I still do.
He was your quarterback.
It's not dead.
Sadly, he was ass.
He was kind of doo doo.
Oh, fuck you!
Maybe he was the one that smelled the poo poo.
Maybe. Well, okay. For the Niners, he was like, I mean, you can't say he wasn't good for the Niners.
Yeah.
You can point out the flaws in his game, but obviously, for the quarterback position, you'll never really be able to separate results and quarterback play, right?
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much you want to argue wins aren't a QB stat, people are still going to see it that way. People are still going to see, like, yardage totals or touchdowns as on the QB, like, fully. And Garoppolo put up all of those. And, he clearly was good enough to run that offense. And that's not something many people can say.
Yeah.
We want Jimmy back.
Sadly, he did not.
Actually. I think Purdy might legitimately be better at this point.
Honestly, probably. Like, Purdy still has major flaws, but it feels like he runs the offense better, and those flaws don't stick out as much.
Funny enough, Purdy's flaws are so similar to Jimmy's flaws in a lot of ways. Purdy, to me, is more mobile and better in the pocket.
Yeah.
And those are very good traits to have in a very pass rush focused league.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if the Niners aren't going to have like a league best offensive line.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing. Purdy was able to get rid of those negative plays. That's
Dalton, I know that was you,
Jimmy created. Well,
I know that was you.
And speaking of quarterbacks, obviously we mentioned that Jimmy was benched in favor of Aiden O'Connell. We also finally Desmond Ridder benched for Taylor Heineke, so the Falcons are going to be fun to watch.
Yeah!
I'm so excited.
I'm not sure fun is the right term with an Arthur Smith offense, but they will be watching.
I don't care who's calling the plays. Heineke was a joy to watch in Washington with horrible play calling.
This is true.
Oh, we'll see.
Dude gives zero fucks, and it just works out for him. He's just gonna like unleash it to Pitts. Like I don't care what's called. They're just gonna start doing dumb shit. Heineke just plays quarterback on vibes, and it's incredible.
He plays quarterback on vibes. That's a great terminology for it.
It's genuinely what he does.
No, it is.
He's just like fuck it. Terry's out there somewhere, and then it works.
No, it is what he does. It's just so funny. He's like, he plays quarterback on vibes.
Is there any other major NFL news? I mean, obviously Kirk is out for the season.
I don't believe so. The Niners lost 3 in a row, but we'll get to that.
That's not major NFL news.
I mean, as a top team, you're not really. Whatever. Let's get to games, and we'll quickly go over games. We'll go over predictions. Jack, do you have NASCAR?
Yeah.
I have F1. Dalton, do you have the baseball?
4.
All right, and then I have Premier League. Okay. And Dalton has MLS update. Oh, we have another. All right, let's get to picks. I picked the Bills and the Bucks, and I was correct. By the way, can I just say?
Whoa.
Can I just say? I'm slowly closing the Jack. I'm slowly closing the gap to Jack in our standings. You dick. Pretty much. I'm 68 and 54. Jack is 71 and 51, and Dalton is 57 and 60.
That was for Dalton.
That's for Dalton. Dalton kind of sucks at this shit. He's just throwing a fucking Hail Mary at this point every fucking time.
I'm having fun with my picks.
Dalton's making picks like Taylor Heineke plays quarterback.
Facts.
But we all had Bills over the Bucks.
We all had Bills over the Bucks. Let's go to I had the Giants over the Jets, and I was wrong. Dalton had Giants over the Jets, and he was wrong. And Jack?
I was right in the most painful way possible. That is genuinely. I know it was a regular season game. That is the most pain I have felt in any sport ever.
Yeah.
I watched the hope just drain out of Jack's face as the Jets kick went through.
There are no to send it to overtime, by the way. There are no words to describe how awful that game was, start to finish. There were 15 punts in the first half. And then by the end of the game, the Giants had a 99.8% win probability or something like that and lost the game.
Yes.
I cannot describe it any more than that because I will break into tears. You just have to go watch the end of the game. See how it unfolded.
So it was fun for you?
No. I was out playing pickup football because I didn't want to watch Tommy DeVito hand the ball off 20-something times. And I figured no one was going to score with the way people were going. And then I turned it back on to watch the final few minutes. And because I'd watched the whole first half and the start of the second half. And then went to go play pickup football to not watch it. Turned it on for a bit, and Dalton can confirm that the life just drained out of my eyes. It genuinely the worst. We need to just move on. Dexter Lawrence had a day though. He had like the second most pressures ever recorded in a game. He was tied for the most ever by an interior lineman. With JJ Watt, who is obviously JJ Watt. He had like 12 pressures from the nose tackle position alone. He had like 15 total. And the next highest on the season is 6 from the nose tackle position, like over a full season. He genuinely had what might be the most dominant defensive performance I have seen in my time actively watching football. And Kayvon Thibodeau had a hell of a game too. So that's cool.
There were some positives.
Dexter Lawrence possibly being the greatest nose tackle ever, and it's only his second year playing nose tackle, is not something I expected out of the Odell trade. But holy fuck, the Odell trade. Oh well.
All right, let's go to another painful game.
Steelers. Oh my god.
The Jags and the Steelers. Jack, take it away again.
I don't wanna. Okay, so if you want the real answer, the refs actually like screwed the Steelers hardcore. Like usually complaining about the refs isn't fully justified. There's a reason that like even the coach and the players were pissed about the refs during the game and after the game. It was genuinely very egregious how bad the refs were in that game. Now, if you want to be all conspiratorial and say it was intentional and they want the Jags to win because of like Trevor Lawrence or something, I think you'd be a little dumb acting like the NFL would actively try to make the Steelers lose. But it is true that the refs absolutely fucked over the Steelers in many ways in this game. Either way, they lost. It was ugly. Offense sucked. Blah, blah, blah. But
pretty much same story as pretty much every loss this year. And even some of the wins.
Except, you know, the ref stuff was really bad. I just send you to go watch some of it, but all over, especially the end of the first half. It is just ugly, ugly bad.
Oh yeah, refs have been pretty bad this year.
Also, Pickett hurt on a play that was not called for roughing the passer, but worse than a play that was called for roughing the passer for the Jaguars.
I was truly amazed, but
like that was textbook, like driven into the ground, body weight on top, which I think is kind of a dumb penalty. But if you're going to call the Steelers for that, for a way less egregious version of it, then you should call it when they like actually crush your quarterback and hurt him significantly. But
one would think, but that's a little too much credit for these refs.
Yeah. Man, again, it's the kind of thing where, like I've said with the Giants with a couple of games, I would rather just get beat by a good team and just be the worst team than leave grumbling about the refs. And it's way too often in the NFL that people leave grumbling about the refs because of how awful they are. With the technology these days, with replay technology, with having like sky judges or guys in the booth, we should have this figured out by now.
Yeah. 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 See, the Eagles beat the Commies and made Sam Howell God a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate
I don't watch
on them making him look like a god?
I didn't watch it, but after the the Giants making him look like straight booty cheeks, he goes for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Dude had zero pocket awareness against the New York Football Giants. Looked like I could have replaced him out there and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
Against the Giants, which, yeah, their defense is on a good run, but like it's the Giants. And then the Eagles with their ridiculously talented defensive front, it seems like they can't even pressure him, much less sack him. Dude was like nearly perfect. Dude threw for like 400 yards. Huh?
Yeah, fucking nutty. Stupid fucking nutty. I hate it.
AJ Brown had a sick catch too. Hate to admit it, but it was pretty good.
I was so happy for the beginning of this game. But then the commies all over the place.
I told you, I saw them commie all over the place in person, and I was like, there's no fucking way. I know they might be competitive against the Eagles, but there's no way they win this game.
Fucking bullshit. Commies should have tried it.
Along with the next game.
The Cowboys dicked down the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams didn't even put up a fight in this game. Like, I was very disappointed. I thought, like, if anything, the Rams wouldn't just get steamrolled, but here we are.
Yeah, let's see. The Vikings steamrolled the Packers, which was great to see.
Yeah, this honestly is probably what drove the Packers to making some of their trade decisions. Mm-hmm. This was a game they really needed to win if they wanted to continue competing. If they wanted to have any hope that Love could kind of reroute himself and fix the offense. But sadly, they're where they're at right now. Now sitting at 2-5. Have they lost? They've lost what? 4 of their last 5? Something like that.
I think so.
Yeah. Brutal place to be. After starting 2-1 and having a little bit of hope.
In fairness to Love, the coaching was all over the place in this game. Like, there were some really, like, reminiscent of Jason Garrett with the Giants type offensive happenings. Like, receivers, quarterback not on the same page at all. Some other stuff like that was just really strange to watch. But he was also just inexcusably bad. Kirk, though, has been playing the best football of his career over the last few weeks. only to have a season-ending injury.
Yeah. Big Kirko stay dripping. That's all I'm gonna say. Big Kirko stay dripping. The Titans beat the Falcons. Will Levis.
I'm hearing Will Levis is a generational QB.
Dude, Will Levis made DeAndre Hopkins old ass go into prime DeAndre.
DeAndre Hopkins was not washed.
Okay,
he was just dealing.
Let's be honest.
With the fucking Titans.
Let's be.
He had Ryan Tannehill as his QB.
Ryan Tannehill in the Titans offense. To be clear. Which is basically like the Ravens offense was under Greg Roman level of like, this team is designed to hand Derrick Henry the rock. Mm-hmm. Receivers are a little bonus. They'll get the ball once or twice a game.
Yeah. Not if Ryan Tannehill has anything to say about it.
But Will Levis, man, he wasn't like super polished, but he certainly showed the arm talent that got him first round hype. And if he matures, I mean, second round quarterbacks like never pan out. He could be a hell of a pick for the Titans.
Yeah. I like Will Levis.
I'm rooting for him.
I'm rooting for him.
Always need a guy who puts mayo on his coffee.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
No, fuck that.
I didn't need to remember that.
Fuck that shit. Why would you say?
Okay, what was the guy? What was the guy? Was it Ben Barch that had the like smoothie from hell?
What?
He was the like D3 lineman.
Oh.
Yeah, Ben Barch. If he's an offensive lineman, I think for the Jaguars. He was like a D3 guy that was like a draft pick. I think he was the D3 guy. But it was like something he used to like load up. Yeah. Yep. He was D3. He was a 4th round pick. But to gain weight, he made this like ridiculous smoothie and he showed it off at the combine in like 2020.
7 eggs. Yes. 7 eggs, grits, cottage cheese, peanut butter.
Don't disrespect grits though. With this stuff, bad. Grits on their own?
No, grits are good, but in this shit, 7 eggs, grits, cottage cheese, peanut butter, a banana, and Gatorade all combined.
In a blender.
5 days
every day.
For 5 days a week.
Scrumptious.
Shit. God damn. That shit's atrocious.
So Dalton, you want to try that?
Oh, absolutely.
No. The Dolphins beat up on the Patriots. It's expected.
Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins are a much better team. I am not sure I would fully describe it as beating up on with the way the first bit of that game went. Obviously, the final score wasn't particularly close.
They did mid up the score, but it was, 17-7 in the first half, and then 14-10 in the second half, so... Meaning, like, in the first half, it was 17-7. In the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it only got to a 2-score lead in, like, the last 30 seconds, though, of the first half. Or, like, for the first half, it felt like a game.
Yeah. Jalen Rams got an interception.
The Dolphins kind of just did that thing where they battled it out for a while and then pull it away.
Mac didn't even play that bad. It's just his run game is ass cheeks.
Well, when teams sell out to stop the run because they know that the quarterback's not exactly much of a threat, that's what kind of happens.
Oh, Mac.
Don't ask me how I know that.
And because of Daniel Jones. And so, or Kenny Pickett. Probably both. Didn't Kendrick Bourne get injured in this game?
Good question. I don't actually know. I think so. Yeah. His season's done, right?
Yeah, I think his season's done. So.
Oh yeah, it was an ACL.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Man. But hey, Chase Claypool had a tackle. And a catch for 15 yards.
He actually tried.
Oh, I forgot he's on the fucking Dolphins. Wait, no, he's not. Wait.
Yes.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What a fall from grace, going from the Steelers to the Dolphins. Pathetic.
Fall from grace? One of these teams is 6-2.
Pathetic!
Actually 4-3, but...
Pathetic!
One of these teams is first place in their division. The other one is second place in their division.
What, the Dolphins are second? Oh, damn.
No, the Steelers are second.
I guessed wrong.
Yeah. It was believable, though, because the Steelers were in first for a bit.
Yeah. That's why I said the Steelers. Fuck! I want the Steelers in first.
Well, speaking of first place teams, because that's definitely what these two are.
The Saints and the Colts.
Well, the Saints are tied for first, I guess. And the only NFC South team with a positive point differential, but...
Let's go!
Wait, what? When the only NFC South team with a positive
point differential, yeah.
Shit.
We are back.
Shit.
We have life.
No
Dalton with the weekly cycle of we're so back, it's so over.
It's gone to shit. It's actually pretty good now.
Let's go. All right. In all reality, this game actually good. Like the Saints. I'm hearing an echo.
Is their offense back?
Okay, I think it's gone.
What?
So yeah, the Saints offense finally operated at what we expected it to.
Okay.
They actually used their weapons. Kamara got in the game. The defense was kind of mediocre in the first half, but Dennis Allen made his usual second or halftime adjustments, and the second half was a thing of beauty.
For fuck's sake, stop putting Taysom at quarterback!
He is good. Like,
Stop!
He always gets like 5 yards after first contact. Like, what do you want us to do? Not use a good player? Like,
yes, don't put him at fucking quarterback. Like,
why?
I will add in the caveat that this is, like the youngest team in the league.
The Saints?
Great caveat.
Oh, okay.
Too bad I don't care.
Well, no. As far as like, for context, as far as Alex might be concerned, and so there's only so much you can extrapolate from week to week about the Saints' performance here. They also blew out the Patriots and then got pantsed by the Texans and Jaguars.
Gardner Minshew.
The Jaguars at the end.
Gardner Minshew.
The Saints own Minshew. I don't know what to tell you.
No, not possible.
I mean, they've pretty much always done good against him.
Nobody owns Minshew. Nope, shut up.
Saints own Minshew. Sorry.
No, fuck you. No.
Sorry.
No,
beat him last year. Sorry. Sorry, beat him this year. Sorry.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Sorry.
Not possible. Not
all right.
possible.
Yeah, this game was needed for the Saints, and so there is still hope that they can fix their issues. Their issues, they are still not gone. So they are still a week-to-week basis of whether or not they will make me happy. But for now, I will be happy. I will take the wins when we get them.
The Panthers got their first ever win.
Boo.
First ever in the history of their franchise.
All right, fuck you. You know what I meant. Fuck you. Their first win this season.
Congratulations to the Panthers and David Tepper for his first win.
Congrats for having an absolute shitter versus the thing.
I'm golf clapping for them. Oh wait, hold on. Let me actually golf clap for them.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you got a golf clap for them. That was ugly as fuck.
The fuck is my soundboard? I don't have a soundboard.
Like I don't even know what to make of that game. That was disgusting in every way.
No, absolutely decrepit. It's like watching the Niners play. No, just kidding.
I mean, the Texans had like 230 yards of total offense. The Panthers had like 225, 224, I think.
No way.
Like, this was awful. Awful football.
Yeah, no good.
But
no good.
Good for the Panthers.
Good. No, not good. No. The Seahawks beat the Browns and overtake the Niners for first in the division.
Okay. This actually was kind of a fun game. I'll give them credit. But also keep in mind that like the Seahawks schedule and the Niners schedule haven't exactly been the most even, right? And they'll even out.
What else happened? This game. I watched about a total of 5 minutes of it again. We started losing early and couldn't be asked to finish watching the game. The defense kept giving up big ass play after big ass play, and Brock Purdy again sucked big donkey dick.
All right. Well,
George did well at least. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go check my fantasy team because I'm pretty sure I lost both games.
George went crazy on the last drive. Unfortunately, it was way too late to do anything. Joe Burrow, stat line doesn't jump off the page at you. Joe Burrow had an incredible game. He is all the way back.
Hold up. First off, excuse me. I had 151 points in one of my fantasy games this past.
Congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This wasn't as much the Niners defense being bad as Joe Burrow just being incredible. He had a hell of a game. And, Brock Purdy, put up a lot of yards, which, he accumulates stats like that, but some big mistakes and big moments once again. It's the kind of thing where it's the mistakes he was always making, but, maybe they're caught for a pick or it comes at a worse time in the game where it stings more. But this kind of stuff happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, you're going to lose games here and there. Like, the Niners overall still have one of the best teams in the league. Like, they've still got an incredible pass rush. They've still got incredible talent at receiver and tight end.
I lost.
They've got one of the best tackles in the league.
I lost by 0.2 points, guys. In my second
oh man, you suck.
I did think the last real drive in this was really funny because it was just like feeding Kittle.
Fuck Isaiah Pacheco! Fuck him!
Okay.
He's
It
ass!
was just feeding Kittle, and then Purdy threw a pick, but it got called back, and so like ball don't lie kicked in, and then Purdy fumbled on the exact next play, so the Bengals got the ball anyway.
And then ball don't lie again. Shit. I don't want to watch this anymore. Can I just go
that was a turn of events.
Can I just go watch the Giants Bears 2019, please?
Yeah, we gotta. Unfortunately, I think the time that I said that we were gonna do that, we've got to watch that. Maybe even stream it sometime. Right. Stream us watching it.
We will stream us watching
that is one of the games of all time. But the time I said, I don't think works anymore. So.
Oh, okay. Saturday.
Maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday works. I don't know.
All right. Well, I might be studying Sunday, so just shoot me a text. Or I'll shoot you a text. We'll figure it out.
All right. Although Sunday I'm watching NASCAR Championship, obviously. So.
NASCAR.
Yeehaw! Broncos beat the Chiefs. Hello.
Oh yeah, that was fucking stupid.
That was one of the games of all time as well. The Broncos have 3 wins.
Okay.
This is the team that lost 70-20 like a month ago.
Yeah.
And it's all because of one thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I still stand by the Chiefs need with Cole Harmon to be good.
No, the Chiefs need something else.
No, this proves it. This proves it right here.
Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift there, left to his own devices. This was a left to his own devices game, if I've ever seen it. They did the same graphic again, but with like more boring text. But once again, he only had 58 yards in this game.
Dude, Travis,
they lost.
Travis, why are you letting Taylor Swift dictate your fucking games? How about you man the fuck up and play well, you bitch? All right.
Taylor Swift and Swifties are very powerful. Maybe they've learned how to control football.
Maybe they've just
I wouldn't put it past them.
Maybe they've done voodoo magic or some shit.
I believe it.
I mean, the way they're
probably only a few steps between like hardcore astrology and voodoo magic. Like some Swifties have definitely figured out how to do actual voodoo, I'm sure.
Bro, they're a cult. They have to know how to do voodoo.
There is no disrespect meant to like astrology. I may not get it, but I'm not going to sit here and shit on it.
Dog, dude,
you do you, man.
The Swifties
We're sitting here yelling at players running around on grass. If you wanna look at like stars aligning and shit, you do you. Everyone's got their hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Swifties are a cult. They definitely know voodoo magic, bro. 100%. 100%.
They're a cult the same way Niners fans are a cult.
Alright, shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth.
I love how you interpreted that as me saying Niners fans are a cult.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. All
Just
right?
the Niners fans are more annoying.
Alright. Hey.
He's not wrong.
We're gonna lose
I was watching a very legal stream for the Giants-Jets game because it's not working here. And in the chat, someone just posted, man, Niners fans are the worst. Like, they've been to like 6 of the last 12 NFC championship games. But if you listen to them talk, it sounds like they root for the Browns or the commies. And I'm like, wow, who does that sound like?
We haven't won shit. I don't give a fuck if we've made it to a goddamn NFC championship game. I want to fucking win a Super Bowl.
And that's
fuck the championship game.
Because front offices understand how unreliable playoff results are. Every front office aims for what the 49ers have built. The 49ers are a model organization in every aspect. The playoffs, in a lot of ways, are essentially random, right? There isn't any reliability in who actually wins a championship, particularly in like the NFL. In the NBA, there is more so, but go for it, Dalton.
It's kind of like how Steelers fans every once in a while scream that we should fire Tomlin.
Oh, wow. I wonder who does that.
Yeah.
Jack.
No, not me.
You could do it.
Yeah, I mean, because the reality is sustained success is the goal of every organization. Like, I know the Mariners, if we want to flip to baseball for half a second, the Mariners, what's Dipoto? It is Dipoto, right?
Yes.
He's there. Is he the Pobo? Yeah, he's the Pobo, which is president of baseball operations. It's like above the GM, but like essentially the GM. Teams made a title for above GM and then basically made all their GMs that title instead, which is really bizarre. But yeah, so he's the Pobo, and he said something along the lines of they aim to like over a decade span win 54% of their games, which then fans were like, oh, I don't want to just win 54% of our games, but like, yeah, actually you do. Like the Dodgers and like the Yankees are like the only teams that like do that. And, you know, the Dodgers have won a ring. The Yankees haven't made the World Series, but every front office is building after them because playoffs are random enough that if you're just consistently good, you'll have the most chances at a championship. Yeah, and so the Niners haven't gotten lucky in the playoffs per se, but they are built perhaps the most sustainably. I mean, besides having like a Mahomes, right? Because with Mahomes, you'll always be competitive. It's just a matter of time until they get one. But they are the model organization.
I mean, just look at the last couple of Super Bowls. Like, have both teams that played the best in the regular season made it to that Super Bowl out of the conferences? No. Sometimes you get...
Well, I think the past two in the NFC, I think. Give me a sec. Standing.
Well, the thing is, it's still random.
2022, yes. The Eagles have the best record.
2021-22 in the NFC.
Sure, singular best record.
No.
But look at both teams that make it too, and look at the eventual winners. I mean, the Giants won 2 Super Bowls, neither of which they would have been anywhere near the favorites coming in.
So 2022
Patriots literally went undefeated until the Super Bowl.
And lost to a little Cinderella team.
So we've made.
I mean, really, just look at
I think we've made 3 out of the
Patriots dynasty.
I think we've made 3 out of the past 4 NFC Championship games, and one of them.
Yeah, the Patriots. That's a very good point. The Patriots are unanimously agreed to be a huge dynasty. They have the greatest quarterback, the greatest player of all time, in Tom Brady. They won 3 in a short span, and then 3 in another short span, and nothing in between, and this huge span in between.
But the thing is, they can't continually giving themselves chances.
And they were consistently good. Alex, I know you're not saying Jerry Rice is better than Tom Brady.
Dog, Tom Brady's had competition. Jerry Rice has never had competition as number 1. Maybe in talent-wise he has, but stats-wise, he's always been number 1.
We don't have the time to get to this conversation.
He played in a time when he could be an old-ass man and still play.
Dog, he played...
We do not have the time for this
You've seen Matthew Slater? He looks like he should be a substitute school teacher, not like an NFL player.
That's because he's not Jerry Rice, everyone.
Jerry Rice looked like that, too.
Alright,
Jerry
Ravens
Rice
over Cardinals.
The greatest player in Niners history.
This was perhaps the most obvious outcome of all time. Ravens Cardinals.
Yes.
It was funny that it was close for a little bit, but
I'm gonna get more water.
I'll be back.
Josh Dobbs moment.
Oh yes.
Chargers beat the Bears. That was depressing.
Bears just suck ass and should have sold. Honestly.
But Montez Sweat?
Exactly. Why sell when
keeping Jalen Johnson?
Oh my god. It's like you're in the front office.
Whoa. And then the Lions beat the Raiders. This is another one that's not shocking at all. I mean, this one was ugly enough that it got a coach fired and a GM fired.
Yep, and a QB benched.
Yeah.
This could have been very different if just a couple of things go the right way.
If Jimmy doesn't miss those 2 wide open deep balls to Devontae Adams, if he connects on both of those 2, A, that's a 14-point swing. B, that's a 98-yard and 60-yard touchdown for Devontae Adams. They're at least in this game.
Instead, Adams ended with 1 catch for, I think, 8 yards.
Yes.
11.
No, it was 11, but yeah.
11.
Oh, 11.
1 catch on 7 targets is, that's the Jimmy G experience.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Jimmy is a saint.
He probably should be deservedly pissed with how that went.
Yeah, and he was very professional about it. I mean, this is a guy that came to the Raiders to play with his college teammate, only for that team to shove him out in favor of a much worse version of him.
Yep.
And then, he's kind of dealing with the fallout from that when they got rid of Waller, they got rid of Carr, who he came to play with, and poor Devontae Adams, but he's been nothing but professional about it.
Oh, yeah. Adams, he's been as perfect as you can ask him to be in this situation. I mean, I honestly just feel bad for the guy.
All right, predictions time. Tomorrow night, Steelers-Titans in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I just want to say I got the best record this week of everyone. Thank you. Jack, you may do the clappy thing on Discord, please. Or not. You did. I will get you, Jack. Do you see what I'm fucking wearing right now? I'll fucking get you.
I am vengeance.
I am vengeance. I have the Titans of the Steelers. Whatever the dude's name is him.
Will Levis?
Will Levis, that's his name. Shit.
Yeah, I thought that. I had it initially. TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith are just also both him, and Cam Hayward's probably going to be back. And there are few things worse for a rookie quarterback than a very strong pass rush coming after him all day. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, again, I picked the Steelers last week and that didn't work out, but primetime game at home, night game in Pittsburgh, pass rush on a rookie quarterback. Cook something up, TJ. Come on.
Yeah, I have Steelers over Titans because I choose to believe.
I have the Chiefs over the Dolphins.
Yeah, I also have the Chiefs over the Dolphins because the Dolphins have kind of just crumbled anytime they faced a good team.
Wait till they play the Niners, then they'll win.
Dolphins will overcome.
Are they playing the Niners this year? I hope not.
No.
Oh. Well, it's a free win for them if they do.
The only good teams they play the rest of the way after this Chiefs game are the Cowboys, the Ravens, sort of, and the Bills the last 3 weeks of the year.
Okay, so they don't play. So they're gonna only have. So they don't have any basic free wins.
Yeah, like they may be like 12-5 or whatever, and not have beaten a good team all year. Or 11-6 or something. What?
Watch them beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I hope they will. I hope for Dalton's sake they will.
Yeah.
Why Dalton's sake?
Because he picked the Dolphins.
Oh.
He's got to get back over 500.
I have the Vikings over the Falcons.
I also have Vikings over Falcons.
I would agree with you, except, I mean, Taylor Heineke, I have more confidence in doing fun things than Desmond Ridder. But the big thing for me is they did just acquire Dobbs, but they've been pretty steady in saying Jaren Hall is starting at least for this week. And I didn't like Jaren Hall in college. I have no faith in him in an NFL game, and I think this is going to be really ugly for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's going to be Bagent 2.0. But I'm here for it.
I don't know. Bagent? I don't know. Maybe. But I have the Falcons only because of the Vikings QB situation, not because I have so much faith in the Falcons themselves.
I have the Saints
Dalton.
and the Bears. Oh, Dalton.
Dalton, take it away.
Oh, wait.
All right. These Saints are going to win 145-3 against the Bears.
Fantastic news. I'll go bet my life savings on it.
Bagent is going to be on his knees the entire game.
I'll go bet my life savings on that again.
Facing the Bagent Bears just feels like a free win right now.
Yeah.
And I will take it.
Rams over Packers.
I also have Rams over Packers.
Yeah.
We talked about how bad the Packers have looked, so.
You have the Rams.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I said My thing lit up. I assumed it picked it up.
It was very it did not sound like anything. Commanders over Patriots.
Yeah.
I have Patriots over Commanders in this. I have no faith in the Commanders.
I've been flip-flopping on this. I'm actually going to side with Dalton.
I have no faith in the Patriots.
It's Patriots time.
No, it's not.
The Commanders are just not a very good team. I don't know why they always keep up with the Eagles, but they just sold their only pass rushers, right?
Uh-huh.
Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne have both been very disappointing this year, and now they've got no help on the outside. I mean, Deron Payne signed that contract and has been invisible. It's kind of crazy. But when you're built off a defensive front that in some ways no longer exists and in other ways has wildly underperformed, and your offense is a quarterback that, except against the Eagles, is kind of garbage, Belichick defense go Burr.
Fuck Bill Belichick. I have the Ravens over the Seahawks.
I agree.
Yeah, so do I.
I have the Bucks over the Texans.
I got the Texans
over the Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Browns over
They
the Cardinals.
gave up a bad one last week, but I think they'll probably bounce back.
I can't believe Browns over the. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd vote for the Browns, but I have the Browns over the Cardinals.
Yeah. Clayton Tune, it'll be fun to watch him, but yikes.
No.
What a defense to face in your first game.
No, he's not.
Hold on. This is
going...
Clayton Tune I'm hearing?
Yes.
I might have to make a change.
Don't. Why the fuck are your picks so
I have Cardinals over Browns.
Why are you... Oh, because... What the fuck?
Okay.
Why is your picks... Oh, because mine go to the second page. I have the Colts over the Panthers.
Yeah, I have Colts over Panthers.
I have the Panthers over the Colts.
Fuck
for
you!
one reason, and one reason alone.
Why?
Panthers head coach, first quarterback in Panthers history, as Alex knows way too well at this point from those frickin' news cards. Frank Reich
I'm turning up my leg because I need to find it.
is returning to face the Colts.
Hold up.
This is the revenge game to end all revenge games. He was shamed in front of the entire world for being part of acquiring Carson Wentz. He paid for his sins in Indianapolis, despite being a good head coach for him. He went to the Panthers to command a tank that is tanking despite not having their pick. And he's going to go into Indianapolis. Well, I actually don't know where this game is. But he's going to go up against Indianapolis, and he's going to snatch a win from the mighty jaws of the Colts. This is in Charlotte, so he's actually going to stay at home and send the Colts packing. He's going to pick up a win for the ages over Gardner Minshew and his former employer.
I respect it.
Give me a second.
I was trying to buy Alex time to find the card, but
yeah. No, I completely fucked it. I don't know where the card is. I'm trying to. Hold on. I got it.
Oh, you got it.
I got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Jack has one. I have one. May will have one.
Yeah.
Dalton, if I have a fourth, I will sauce you one. I don't know if I have a fourth though. This is from 1995, and this is the back. Veteran quarterback from Buffalo set to lead Carolina offense in their first year. There is the handsome-looking man. He was complete ass cheeks. All right, moving on. I have the Raiders over the Giants. Bad man gone. By the way, if you probably haven't watched us last year, but you know it was a good watch last year. Dalton wasn't here for one, which made no, I'm just kidding. But we had a segment called Bad Man Gone. Now, there were a lot of shitty coaches last year, so there were a lot of Bad Man God moments. And I actually lied to Dalton. I said it worked 50% of the time, but it actually worked 33% of the time. Or maybe 25%. I was the only one that... So me, Jack, and May all got one Bad Man Gone. And then a fourth coach got fired or something like that. We had all three of us got a Bad Man Gone.
Well, this started after the Saturday win against the Raiders.
Yes. So I was the only Bad Man Gone. So Jack and May used the Bad Man Gone. The Bad Man Gone did not work. I was the only one that the Bad Man Gone worked for. So I'm using my Bad Man Gone because I saw Jack pick the Raiders, and I'm going Raiders over Giants. Your Bad Man Gone
wasn't like a real Bad Man Gone. It was a fake one. I remember being mad about that.
No.
Because you used it even though it was like 2 weeks later or something like that. Like it didn't actually count.
No.
I'm still going Giants over Raiders.
You can't discredit my Bad Man Gone.
I would have picked the Giants up until they fired McDaniels.
Okay.
Like, Giants fans were pretty confident going into this game with the Raiders as is.
Yeah.
The problem is, it does feel like we have the Bad Man Gone bit, right? It does feel like, and it is actually a thing, that in the first game of an interim coach, teams perform better than they would have otherwise. And against a team like the Giants that isn't like a great team, obviously, I think the Raiders do pull out a win here, even if the rest of their season doesn't look too bright.
Too hot? No,
do I think the Giants can and honestly should win this game? Yeah. But With Antonio Pierce, leader of men at interim head coach, I think the Raiders pull this one out.
Because of bad men gone, I don't think he should. That's just my opinion, though. I have the Eagles over the Cowboys.
I do too, although I'm questioning that, but I do. I do have that because the Cowboys are they've got weaknesses.
Yeah, I also have Eagles over Cowboys. I kind of don't want to, but the Cowboys, anytime they've needed to actually perform, they seem like deer in headlights. So
they love to blow out bad teams, or they love to run up the score when they're already ahead by like enough. But I mean, we saw against the 49ers, and the Eagles are a similar enough roster to the Niners that I can't, in good faith, pick them.
I would like to argue a better roster.
That the Eagles are better?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're similarly built in that they're like powerhouse rosters.
Okay. I have the Bengals over the Bills. This seems like a big risk, and
It seemed like a big risk.
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this one. I feel like the Bills just kind of do this sometimes where they don't seem like they're going to win a game, but then they just pull it
So
off.
true, Alex. Good sign.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, and I respect it.
So the Bills have played down to their competition at times this year.
Yep. 100%.
But against a good team, I mean, the Dolphins, obviously, that's pretty much the only example so far. They showed up and looked exactly like the Bills we thought they'd be.
Yep.
However, the Bengals are favored in this game for a reason.
Yeah.
The Bengals, when they've played head-to-head recently, have, like, kind of gotten the best of the Bills head-to-head, right? And I have faith in the Bengals to win this game.
I have the Bills over the Bengals.
Bro is on the floor. And now for a game none of us want to see. Chargers versus Jets.
I have the Chargers. You know what? Fuck this. I don't give a fuck about our records overall. I'm going for the fucking Jets, baby.
Let's go.
I'm going for the Jets.
I was thinking about it, but I just don't trust the Jets enough.
The Jets are a very bad football
with the amount of dumbass picks you've picked this year, you might as well pick the Jets on this one, buddy.
Look, all of my picks are fully sane.
Stick it out with the Chargers. Let's go. Roll bolts or whatever. I don't fucking know.
Go Bolts. Alright. Jack,
all right. NASCAR time. We had the last race of the round of 8. We've got the championship races coming up this weekend. Trucks is Friday, Xfinity Saturday, Cup is Sunday. It's going to be a wonderful time.
NASCAR.
The championship 4 in Cup is Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, and William Byron. I don't know any of you would know any of them. Ryan Blaney, this is mostly for Alex, has the most personality of them. In my humble opinion, he is good friends with Bubba Wallace. There are a bunch of very, very funny videos of him and Bubba Wallace back when they were younger, like coming up through the ranks and stuff, that are incredible. And because of that, I'm rooting for Ryan Blaney because he's a very funny guy. He's also your mom's favorite NASCAR driver. I say your mom in a general sense. He is every mom's favorite NASCAR driver. Make of that what you will.
That's my uncle's favorite.
Kyle Larson is definitely your uncle's favorite driver if you live in the Kyle Larson is famous for saying a racial slur on a live stream once, being suspended for a year, and then coming back and ending up with the best team in the sport, falling upwards as all good punishments result in. And someone else seems to be on the way to doing the same sort of thing this year, where this guy Noah Gregson got suspended for doing a racism for the rest of this season while he was racing for a bad team and might come back and be on a very good team next year. Oopsies.
Oh, it's so weird how that happens.
William Byron came up. I mean, he's sponsored by Liberty University, which kind of boo, but also he was a sim racer that was really good enough that he got a shot and has been kind of a young hotshot since then.
Who is this? Who is this?
From North
Who is
Carolina,
this? Who is
William
this?
Byron.
Oh, fuck, wait, no. Who's the Ty Gibbs motherfucker?
Ty Gibbs?
No, not that motherfucker. The guy who was like a sim racer. Wasn't...
There are a lot of guys who are sim racers, but...
Yeah, but no, but like before he was a NASCAR driver and...
Well, William Byron is one.
No,
He's
not
perhaps the most famous.
No, not Byron. He like just got a NASCAR like a couple years ago.
Oh, like Parker Retzlaff?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's fucking.
Okay.
He's in NASCAR now. I don't know what you were talking about. Him
Okay.
like Ty something. Hold up. No, I'm looking up NASCAR. Hold up.
No.
Was it Megamind? Was it
Ty? No, Ty Gibbs was not. Ty Gibbs was not a sim racer. Ty Gibbs is the grandson of famous owner Joe Gibbs and has been racing actual cars his whole life. But yeah, William Byron's pretty good. He's from North Carolina, kind of buddies with Daniel Jones. It's very funny. There's some interviews of William Byron talking about Daniel Jones at NASCAR interviews. Good time.
Austin Dillon? No, it's not Austin Dillon. Who the fuck?
Austin and Ty Dillon are grandsons of Richard Childress, and as such were racing cars their entire life.
Shit, who the fuck am I thinking of?
Shocking how that works. And then Christopher Bell, Oklahoma kid, I believe, came up dirt racing. Very talented. Don't know a ton about him personally, but seems like a good dude. A lot of fun. Glad that he's the representative for Toyota because he's probably the most likable of them, at least of the Joe Gibbs camp. And yeah, I'm pulling for Blaney. I suggest you pull for Blaney as well. I will be happy with anyone but Larson, but knowing me, Larson's going to get his second championship since that incident.
I mean, his name is Kyle, so how can someone root for him?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you have a friend named Kyle, guys.
Yeah, that's the point.
God damn it. What the fuck?
It's all Kyle's fault.
Kyle calls the shit. Into F1. Yeah, there's not really much. Max Verstappen fucking won the race. Fuck Max Verstappen.
You mean Max Crash Stappen?
No, I mean Max Verstappen.
Okay.
Lewis Hamilton got second and Charles Leclerc got third, solidifying that fuck the FIA for last race. Carlos Sainz got fourth, Lando got fifth, George got sixth. Danny Rick is back, baby. He qualified fourth ahead of Perez. Perez chucked it into Charles Leclerc and DNF'd in the first fucking lap of the first fucking turn of his home race. And then Daniel Ricciardo swooped in. By the way, there was a funny thing that I saw on Instagram of Red Bull being like redbull.com/tryouts for Red Bull Racing, and I find it funny because Paris' seat is under fire right now. They act like it's not. You know, if Danny Rick performs good a couple more races, he's fucking gone. Oscar Piastri got 8th, Alex Albon got 9th, Ocon got 10th, and the DNFs were Logan Sargent, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Kevin Magnussen, and Sergio Perez. Kevin Magnussen, something on his fucking wheel axle thing, I don't fucking know car terms, but it was something on the goddamn wheel, broke, chucked it into a wall. Fernando Alonso just DNF'd, like he just didn't want to continue the race after the car was absolute dog shit. It feels bad for a once great driver, who's still great, but his car is ass. Yeah, and then Yuki didn't get points. Zhao and Bottas fell out of points after. Actually, they were last place. The two last place people, 15th and 14th, after I believe they got into Q3. Yeah. But Hamilton is the best driver in Formula 1 right now. I don't give a fuck about Max Verstappen. Lewis is showing levels. And if Lewis was in that Red Bull, he'd win every race. Anyway, that's just me being biased. Dalton, baseball, now! Baseball!
Right, it is time. The Rangers have pushed the Diamondbacks to the corner. They are up 3-1 after completely just dominating them last night. I mean, on all fours, as bad as it can get.
What wasn't it only like 10-7 though? Didn't like the Diamondbacks make it close?
The Diamondbacks kind of made a comeback near the end, but
the thing with baseball though is a late comeback like that. It'll never feel super close, right? It finished 11-7, but
yeah,
6 of those were in the 8th and 9th, like that. The Rangers never had to sweat.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, the Rangers were just going through the typical Will Smith experiment.
Stopping somebody?
Dude, they have Smith and Chapman, man. It's a
Wait,
it's a
did
ride.
they stop Chris Rock?
What?
Will Smith.
Yes. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm not gonna lie.
So right now, the Diamondbacks, with their back to the wall, Zach Gallen is pitching a masterclass. I believe he still has a no-hitter going.
Yeah,
into the sixth.
it's a no-hitter going.
It's 1-0 right now, actually.
It's like a
he just got pulled and out into the 7th, but
what? Why?
Because that's the right move in this kind of situation. I mean, there are runners on, but he pitched a gem so far. Like, even with the 1 run allowed, hopefully Ginkle doesn't allow the others to score. Also, Ginkle is a funny name.
Ginkle?
That's a quality name. Diamondbacks offense is doing their part by going 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
No! Meanwhile, the Rangers are 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position.
Yep. I believe the Diamondbacks bunted with their number 3 hitter to get their number 4 hitter, who was 7 for 42.
To be fair, their 3-hitter is Moreno, who isn't a 3-hitter on a real team.
Yeah. But
what does that mean, a real team?
Well, they are doing funky things with their lineup. That's all.
Got you.
Their lineup's kind of all over the place, where they're not really a traditional 3-hole hitter with Gabby Moreno.
I will say it is quite annoying seeing people like still try to say that like Dallas and Phoenix are like small markets, and that's why the World Series ratings aren't doing as well. Just completely ignoring the fact that MLB like is a cancer to itself. But
they should have just rigged it so that it's fucking Phillies Astros. The fuck.
But the thing is, it's not small market teams in the playoffs.
The fuck cares? Make it. They want ratings. Give them ratings.
Yeah, but that wouldn't improve it. Like, having an LA or a Houston wouldn't make the ratings better. The reason they're this bad is because the MLB is pretty much sabotaging itself. They have a commissioner who hates the game.
I will actually, having Houston in it wouldn't help. Besides, it would be higher than this, but not by much. Having the Dodgers in it would boost it a bit. If the Yankees were in it, I guarantee you the ratings would be doubled. And that's not Yankees homerism speaking. That's just how insanely popular the team is.
Yeah. It'd be like the World Baseball Classic, but like
like if you want to get conspiracy theory if the numbers in the World Series keep falling, watch the Yankees suddenly start making the World Series more often.
They just start throwing out like opposing players for fuck all of the opposing team of the Yankees every playoffs. They're just like, get your bitch ass out of here. We need the Yankees in the playoffs. There's like 5 people actually on the field on the opposing team. It's like the Yankees get like 50 billion hits. The inning doesn't stop and they have to mercy rule the game. That'd be funny. I'd watch that, to be honest.
But the trend in World Series ratings is not the markets of the teams. It is a general trend in people not wanting to watch it that aren't baseball fans. However, the teams do still impact it. There's a reason that this is lower than the COVID World Series, and it's because one of those included the Dodgers and one of those doesn't.
Yeah. Damn. Shit.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, the MLB cannot rely on 3 or 4 teams making the playoffs each year.
Oh yeah, no. And ebb and flow in ratings is normal. Like the Cubs now Guardians World Series was huge, and rightfully so. I mean, the Cubs being in the World Series is a huge story, and the Guardians had a drought of their own. Since then, we haven't really had huge stories. I mean, Houston was pretty popular their first time around, but not a ton of people watched last year out of hatred for both teams. And we would have been headed for a similar thing anyway. People are kind of apathetic this year. If you kind of go back, it's either a team that people care about wanting to lose or just stuff happening. There isn't really as much of like a lovable, like the whole country uniting behind one or both teams as there was back in like 2016.
Yeah, 2016. I think that was the year I pretty much got into baseball.
Well, again, the Cubs and Guardians facing off in the World Series was a dream matchup for MLB. It's also pretty convenient that all of the people talking about World Series ratings declining only go back to that World Series. I'll put it that way. Like that's their starting point, because of course it's going to be down from there.
Any other updates for baseball?
Nope.
No.
Other than it looks like Ginkle got out of it, so it's still 1-0 going into the bottom of the 7th.
Ginkle. Alright, on to soccer. I had Premier League update. Nothing's really changed. Tottenham still first, Arsenal second, Man City third, Liverpool fourth, Aston Villa fifth. Newcastle is kind of on the brink of 5th place. Brighton is also kind of on the brink of 1st place. Man United's in the bin. Chelsea's in the bin. Everton is basically doing their best to escape relegation, winning, losing, winning, losing, winning. Luton Town, Burnley, and Sheffield United are all headed towards relegation. I'm pretty sure those were the teams that got promoted. At least Luton Town and Sheffield United were. I'm pretty sure Burnley also. Yeah, Burnley. Every team that got promoted this season is in the relegation zone. Bournemouth is with them at 6 points, but Nottingham Forest and Everton are on 10, Fulham on 12, along with Crystal Palace, Wolves, and Chelsea.
I mean, that's going to happen with relegation and promotion, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like, well,
you have the system because you can have other outcomes.
Yeah.
But it's not like you expect a team after getting promoted to like the Premier League to be good. No.
And I feel like
that's what makes the Cinderella run so special.
I feel like, well, also what it has to do with is like the spending of every other fucking team that's already in the Prem. Because they're already in the Prem and they have money from being in the Prem, because it's much more lucrative than like the Championship. I feel like the gap.
And even if you have good players, they leave if you're in the Championship.
Yeah, so the gap between like, let's say Everton, who has escaped relegation the past 50 seasons, it seems like, not literally, but you know what I mean. And like Luton Town is massive, like. It kind of sucks. I feel like Premier League needs to like do more to like help out those smaller teams that like just made it back up to the Prem, so they're able to compete with the bigger teams. Because God knows they're not going to be close anytime soon.
Luton Town and Massive never belong in the same sentence together. I'm sorry.
No, I
never.
know. But
I know what you were saying. I just thought it was funny.
It's just kind of sad to see these like championship teams who just get promoted be like, oh, we might be able to like stay in the Prem, and then they just shit themselves every year. Like the only time that didn't happen was last year when Leicester and Leeds both got fucking relegated. I think Leeds escaped relegation in 2021, 2022. But like Leicester,
you can't argue though that it's not still good for them even if they go right back down. Because the exposure, like, nobody gave half a fuck about Luton Town.
No,
now that they've been promoted, like, it is so much better for their brand, even if they go right back down.
Yes, but
that's good for them in the long run.
I would like to see more really teams that are in the championship when they move up, stay in the Prem. Now, I would like to see them compete more because even League 1 to the championship or League 2 to League 1, you can survive in there even if you just got promoted. If you get promoted from the championship to the Prem, even though you'll be getting exposure, you're most likely not gonna survive, and it's very rare that you do. So I just feel like there needs to be some sort of thing the Premier League institutes that helps these teams that just got promoted not stay in the Prem, because I don't think they should stay if they're not good enough, but help them be close the gap instead of letting them be and having them get dicked every game. So.
All right, well, you want to come stateside?
Yeah, Dalton.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Have you guys seen the interview with Logan Sargent where someone's like, do you know the meme what the F is a kilometer? He's like, Logan Sargent's like, yeah, I actually do know what a kilometer is, thank you. It's I think you should. You're in a European sport. You feel like you should know what a kilometer is. You haven't really lived in the US that much. You've lived in
he's been in Europe his whole life.
You should know what a kilometer is. That should. I like how Americans claim him. They're I know he's American, but he hasn't lived in the US since he was 2 years old. Let's be honest. We should not claim him. Let's claim Danny Rick.
Starting out in the West.
Yes.
For the single game elimination wild card, Kansas City defeated San Jose after going to penalty kicks. Kind of weird that they only do 90 minutes and then the penalty kicks, but okay. The format for the MLS playoffs is slightly unusual, to say the least. But, it's fun. It's random. I'll take it. Because immediately, the number 8 seeded Kansas City went in and punched St. Louis, the top seed, in the mouth, beating them 4-1.
Okay. Let's go.
The other teams playing, Houston against Salt Lake. Houston takes the first. LAFC against Vancouver. LAFC wins 5-2. Looked pretty dominant. I was surprised they were ranked this low, but I expect them to go further. And then Seattle beating Dallas, because fuck Dallas.
Good shit. Fun fact for you, Bayern Munich actually have ties to LAFC.
Yeah, I feel like if there's any team most players have ties to, it's usually LAFC.
Yeah, because they are one of the best. I feel like one of the best teams in MLS, right?
They're usually the team that goes out and tries to get the international players.
But what I'm saying is like Bayern Munich have direct ties to it, so Bayern will sometimes use them as a test. If this guy does good in the MLS, then we might bring him to Bayern, or if they're not good enough to go in the first team, they'll send him to LAFC sometimes and let him develop in the MLS and then bring him back to Bayern.
I'm not familiar with this pipeline, but yeah, maybe.
And there are other teams that do it as well. I don't think Man City does it with and Man City might do it with MLS. I don't actually know. And then RB Leipzig and the Red Bull team, I think in Austria is the other team, have a really massive pipeline because they're with Red Bull. Fun fact for you.
Interesting.
Do you have a basketball update?
In the East, we have Jack's favorite team winning the wild card, the New York Red Bulls.
Oh my god, fuck them. Boo! Fuck Red Bull!
Oh, well, they lost against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is in the tournament. They were the best team overall in the MLS.
Oh, good.
U.S. legends, Miazga and Vasquez.
Boo! Where the fuck is Messi? No, I'm kidding. I know he didn't make it, but like.
Yeah, no, Inter Miami was ass before Messi.
Oh, 100%. They were like the worst team in the league, weren't they?
Yup.
Yeah. Dog shit.
And then Philly takes their first game against New England. Sadly.
Oh, my favorite team.
In even worse news.
No, Mukhtar!
Defeat Atlanta.
Wait, no. Mukhtar lost.
What?
Mukhtar!
Oh.
Mukhtar lost!
Mm.
No good. Me like Mukhtar. Fun name. Uga Shaka. Wait, did Mukhtar even fucking play? Why the fuck didn't Mukhtar...
Alright.
You know who Mukhtar is, right, Dom?
Nashville. What?
You know who Mukhtar is, right?
I do not know.
That
does sound like a cool name.
Hani Mukhtar! He is a German soccer player. He plays for Nashville SC.
Oh. Well,
He's
they
20.
lost.
Yeah, I know. He's a midfielder, attacking midfielder. I know. I don't think he played this game, which is really sad to see.
Sadly, cool names do not get you time.
He's not in the lineup, so yeah, very sad.
Well, he's actually like he's not just a cool name. He's also good for them.
Yeah, I like Mukhtar.
He has, it seems, all of their goals.
Huh?
It seems like he has all of Nashville's goals all the season.
He's very good.
Like every single one of them.
He got
Not
90,
really.
he got a 94 team of the season card, which is really good for the MLS because the MLS normally gets like 89 rated cards. So.
He's definitely one of their better players.
And then Atalanta and fucking what's his name lost. Yeah. What's his name?
6 months ago, he was the MLS MVP. It looks like so.
Yeah.
Make of that what you will, Dalton.
Wait, what?
How haven't you heard of him? Unbelievable.
Wait, hold up. What's the dude's name from Atlanta? Atlanta United. There's someone from Atlanta United as well.
Almada?
Is it Almada? It is Almada. Is it Almada?
He didn't play today.
It is Almada.
Fuck!
Oh, he's suspended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got a red card in his last game.
Oh, fuck the red. Fuck that bullshit!
Rah.
It was deserved, but...
Fuck no. Versus Almada, absolutely not deserved. No. By the way, the MLS is Bangers Only FC. Yeah.
Real.
Like, there's genuine highlights of only bangers being scored in fucking MLS. Why do you think Messi went to the MLS so he could put a fucking Puskas? Oh no.
That's true. I was score from the exact opposite side of the field. Sorry, pitch.
No, it's a field. Fuck the Europeans.
This is the U.S.
Fuck everyone else.
Speak grass. Turf only.
Apparently, though, Arsenal and some other teams in the Prem don't fully use grass. They use turf with grass. They use turf with grass. It's the turf is entwined into the roots of the grass, so it makes it less slippery on the players. Apparently. And apparently it costs $1 million per thing. So you know, maybe it was $1 million euros or something. Yeah, I watched a lot of soccer too, though. Informational ones. They're fun.
All right.
Yeah, is that it? Dalton, basketball. Talk about my Warriors, please.
No.
Oh, they are terrible.
Talk about Stephen Curry. Talk about him. No. Shut the fuck up.
Pee pee poo poo. Pee pee poo poo. Warriors bad. Pee pee poo poo.
The Rockets was amazing.
Bro, Stephen Curry is a fucking god, bro.
Nope. Pee pee poo poo.
No, shut the fuck up. No, Stephen Curry. No, it's Stephen fucking Curry. 42 points versus the Pelicans.
To say anything of significance about.
Wham. My name's Alex, and I like Stephen fucking Curry.
Fuck you! Stephen Curry, 42 points versus the Pelicans. 40.
Okay.
Warriors. He didn't. 24.
But you know who played for the Pelicans? You know who started for the Pelicans?
Anthony Davis. No, that was a while ago. Shit. Fucking Zion.
No, UConn legend. Fuck, Jordan Hawkins.
Who the fuck is that?
The household name.
What the fuck is a Jordan Hawkins?
Well, he was a first-round pick this year. I mean, he was a centerpiece of their national championship team.
Who? No, I don't know who this is.
Jordan Hawkins?
As I'm wearing fucking
I'm disappointed in you.
I don't watch college sports.
I understand Dalton not knowing who he is. Although Dalton did watch a fair bit of March Madness.
Oh no, he was the fire dude. He was the really cool. Yeah. No, I know who that is. No,
he and Sonogo were like the two big guys for UConn.
No,
Hawkins was the 3-point threat.
No, I do know who that. No, I know who this is. I don't know him by name. I watched like 3 games of his during the entire season. One of them in person, by the way. But
yeah, Hawkins started in that game.
Yeah.
Anyway. I was happy about it, and I thought you would have been too in your UConn jersey, but no.
I don't. I rep UConn because of my sister, not because of.
Wah. I'm in a UConn Champions hoodie right now.
Fuck you.
I'm not lying. I am in a UConn's March Madness Champions hoodie right now.
I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting that. And then Stephen Curry is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, too early to say too much. The teams that are doing good are the teams that are expected to do good, like Boston, Denver, Dallas. Like, it's going about as expected.
Oh, plus 2 points to both teams. That was really cool. Stephen Curry has. Oh fuck. Stephen has 2 points and 1 assist. 25.
All right.
Wait, where the fuck is?
Too bad he
wait,
plays
whoa.
True.
Where the fuck is? Wait, is what's his name? De'Aaron Fox not playing?
Ask the question. Who?
De'Aaron Fox, is he playing? Oh fuck, he's injured.
Fox.
He's been ruled out. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. I wanted to see a Stephen Curry versus De'Aaron Fox game. God damn it.
Instead, you get not him.
Hey, Dalton, what do you think of the, what do you think of the, where the fuck is this game? What do you think of, where is it? Where do you think of the Jazz right now, blowing out the Grizzlies?
Grizzlies deserve everything they get.
Why do the Grizzlies have so many fucking? Why does the Jazz have so many fucking? The
Grizzlies are probably the worst team in the league. Like without Morant. Without Morant, they are probably the worst team.
They don't have Morant.
With him, they are like.
Oh, did Morant get suspended? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. He should be banned. I'm gonna be honest. We can't be having that.
So. Good honestly, player. The score makes sense. Utah also not very good, quite bad. But they are a very young team rebuilding, so it's understandable.
Don't tell Bwetty Poo.
I've told him many times.
What do we think of the Bucks losing to the Raptors with Dame Dollar and Dame Dollar only had 15, and Giannis
it's almost like it's 16? An 82 game.
Yeah, season. I mean the Raptors are a good team. Like,
Dame played 31 minutes and Giannis played 28. There's no way they should have 15 and 16 points. Malik Beasley scored the most points for them this fucking game.
I mean, that happens. Yeah,
Alex thinking good teams are supposed to win every game.
No, I don't. They're not the 73. They're not the 73-9 Warriors, arguably the greatest team of all time. But I will say,
what happened to them later on?
Shut the fuck up. We don't talk about that. No, again, as a bear, Jack, shut up.
Hold on.
Oh no, I remember.
No. Stop, Dalton. You heard this too when earlier today he was saying that he doesn't care about being good in the regular season. He wants to actually win something. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
why is he bragging about a regular season record? I
So
mean,
as a Bear, we have
team
okay.
went up 3-1
Hey.
in the finals.
Hey,
Yeah, they must have, right?
hey, listen here, buddy. Listen here, bucko. So there are some, as a Bay Area sports fan, I look forward to the things we do in the regular season because we normally don't perform in the playoffs.
That's just objectively false.
Unless you're the Warriors, and then you win a championship every couple of years. But
Or,
still,
the Giants winning World Series on odd years, despite not really being good otherwise.
That was 10 years ago, guys. Let's. I mean, it's sooner than it's sooner than the Yankees, but still, guys. Let's not.
Oh man, Bay Area sports
proclaiming a sports city is historically bad in the playoffs, as if they haven't won a lot of championships in the last decade.
Literally,
are we talking about the Warriors, guys? Because guys,
they've won 3.
Guys.
Every single one of your teams has been very good for at least a good chunk of the last decade.
guys, the Giants, the Warriors, they're good. The Niners don't have a Super Bowl ring in the past 30 years, guys. Please,
and the Niners have been one of the best teams in this. I don't know what you're on about. This is
guys. I want to see Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Jack, that you make fun of me with Matrix every time we fucking talk about Super Bowls.
Because we think it's funny when you're like, well, I've seen it, because you watched a fucking video of it.
I actually have not a VHS tape, but I have a DVD.
A grainy ass VHS tape.
Excuse me, I have a DVD of all 5. So I'm just saying.
Oh my
God. It's a DVD of
awesome.
the history of the 49ers, and it included all 5. I'm just saying,
Oh my God.
As a Niners fan, I look forward to doing well and then cheating in the playoffs. It's a regular thing that happens.
The Niners don't. It's not like they're.
Brother, we haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 fucking years. We don't do well in the playoffs.
We don't do well in the play. Yeah, fucking NFC Championship game.